An influencer told her followers that she had leukemia. She couldn't have because she wasn't human, and the post clearly disclosed that, but the outrage was real, which tells you something very important, and that is that the face can be fictional, the influence, the money and the damage are not. Now companies can build an influencer who never gets old, never asks for a raise in pay, never calls in sick, and never posts anything that the owner didn't approve. So the face, voice and personality can all be owned. What exactly is left for a human creator? Let's pull it apart and find out. First of all, an AI influencer is not an autonomous robot secretly making beauty videos for Instagram. It's a fictional character operated by very real people. It's got writers and designers, social managers, commercial deals, and it even has bank accounts. Aitana Lopez's creators had previously said that they were earning on average around €3,000 a month, right up to $10,000. And the team was meeting weekly to decide where she supposedly went, what she did, what story followers would see, but most importantly, her creator admitted that people follow lives and not images, so they had to manufacture a life around her. The AI created the image, humans still had to create the reason to care. The face is generated. The locations are generated. The posts are produced by designers. The weekly life is written by a team. The commercial strategy belongs to the agency, and the reactions come from real humans, mostly. So which part of this is the influencer? A real human influencer can become unavailable, can run away, disagree with what you're asking them to do, change direction, leave the company to start their own, or create a scandal. And a fictional one gives its owner much more control. Aitana's agency now actively markets these custom avatars to brands on the basis that their personality, the narrative and the visual identity can be designed around the brand. That gives them control over production, image and the story. An AI influencer can't be designed to be trustworthy. You can only make it look trustworthy. A company can design consistency and it can give these avatars warmth and it can design the appearance of vulnerability. But trust requires history, evidence, and accountability. So this character borrowed human suffering, but when people got angry, the avatar couldn't apologize or feel shame or accept responsibility for the actions. The humans and the organizations behind it had to do that. The face is software. The voice, also software. The posting schedule is automatable, and the personality is 100% designed. But someone still has to choose the story. They have to choose what line not to cross. Someone understands why the audience cares. Someone owns the account. And someone eventually has to carry the consequences. The scarce asset's no longer appearing on camera. It's knowing what this character should mean and owning the relationship it creates. The AI influencers are not replacing creators. They're replacing the talent. The creator just moves behind the face. So now you've got a team choosing the story, reading the audience, taking all the risks, and owning the character. The avatar is software 100%, but the creator is becoming a studio. And that's the real threat to human influencers. It isn't that audiences suddenly hate humans, that's not the case. It's that companies no longer need to rent a personality when they can own one. So software isn't just becoming media. Identity is becoming software. It's scalable, editable, and now ownable. Judgment and accountability still have to come from somewhere. Would you trust an AI influencer if it was clearly labelled, or does trust require a real person who can suffer the consequences of being wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next episode of Breaking Bots.